Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Tuplex. Let's continue the Subterranean facility. I've made a few minor adjustments here in the central part of the base. The first thing you'll notice is I added a second bedroom with 4 more beds. Maximum bedroom size is 64 square tiles, which I'm already at here, so that's why I had to create a second room. But and I also added 4 more tables in the mess hall. We'll be okay with 4 toilets and 4 sinks. What I want to do is add some more dupes, because I would like to have some additional hands around here to help with things. One thing I should do here while I'm thinking of it and looking at it, let's build a triage cot here in the hospital. That way we can take care of injuries. So yeah, I'm going to add 4 more dupes. We're doing just fine with food. I mean, we've got tons and tons of food saved up right now. 1.5 million calories are available. With 3 ranches, now that we're using meat rather than eggs, each dupe I think needs 1.6 stone hatches to produce enough meat to keep them going. So between the meat and the extra eggs and everything else we've got, I think there should be no problem supporting 4 more dupes in this base. I've also got now some extra oxygen coming in. Let me see here. I've got 1 pipe of oxygen and a second pipe of oxygen. This one's coming from, well, sort of a mini spam that I made up there. So that's only 1 electrolyzer, so I'd say we have about 1.5. One spam of this design can support up to 10 dupes, if I remember correctly. Now I'm also using it to feed the Atmo suits and everything else. So we might need to add more oxygen generation at some point. But for now, we've got plenty of air to breathe. Okay, so let's see what we have available here and see if there's any good candidates. I'm not gonna rush into anything. Okay, now suit wearing and researching would be good, especially if we want to train a second pilot. Ranching and researching, I don't think I need any more ranchers. Suit wearing, decorating, and farming, but I don't want slow learner. This guy might be good. Let's take a look at what we've got here. Because right now I only have Nisbet to pilot the rockets. Devin can't do it. Dolly, our artist, could potentially do it. Okay, looks like Frankie would be a good person to have as our second pilot, since he's nearly there already. And he's doing very well in morale, so I think I'll actually... No. Can I undo that? I guess I can't. Okay. The reason I want to undo that is that now he needs exactly as much morale as he has. I guess the only way to undo it would be to put him in the skill scrubber. Alright, well, we'll leave it like that for now, and hopefully he won't get discouraged about anything. What else could I do to add more morale to the base? That would be another question. We could add some additional rooms. Let's see. We could add a massage clinic, although that doesn't give us any morale bonus for the whole base, does it? the Great Hall. Okay. A park or a nature reserve would give us a passive morale boost. It might be too late for that, though. Let's see what I need for those. Well, let's go for the big one. 4 wild plants, a park sign, and no machine. So here I've got some wild plants. Growth is halted on a couple of them, but there's 4 there, and there's more in here. I've really got a ton of gas pressure in this space. That could be a good one. Let's see, do I have anything that's not in an atmosphere that I don't want in the base? Or inside? I guess I could do it outside, right? It doesn't have to be in my oxygenated portion. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. This could be one. Why don't we build one there? Or let's try it anyway. Okay, and I will put an airlock. And where do we find the park signs? Is it furniture? Yeah. And we'll put that right there. Okay, so let's see what that does for us, because we've got several plants growing in there. There's a couple more in here as well. So we could probably even dig through and make that part of the reserve as well. And let's see if that gives us a passive morale boost. Okay, and in the meantime, I think we'll take Abe and we'll train him up to be a rocketeer. Okay, so skills for Abe. We're going to need to get the suit wearing. I'll start with research because having the plus science is going to help him skill up faster on his attributes. So we'll give him research first, and then we'll go from there. Okay. So now that that is... Oh, let's set his priorities. All right, so Abe, you can do some researching. Okay, he's got good excavation skills, so let's have him dig. And then, in general, I'll have him doing supplying, storing. Actually, I'll give him a high priority for supply, since he's kind of low skill right now. And I want to restrict him for now. I do not want him using my atmosuits because he's going to be too slow. So I'm going to remove his access to the atmosuit docks. And we should probably start building some additional atmosuit docks as well. What is that for? Huh. Okay, and I don't have any room here. I think I had that tile there to contain liquids. Oh, yeah, I do have that there to contain liquids. Right, because if they pee in their suits, then when they get out of the suit, the liquid's going to be released. I could put that there, and that'll give me room to add one more. Oh, and I could actually scoot this over as well. So let's build a second checkpoint right there. We'll get rid of that tile. Okay, and then we can add more of that. Okay, and as soon as that checkpoint gets built, then I'll remove that one. And then we can put in 2 more Atmosuit docks. And then, since we're adding 4 more Atmosuit docks, I should make 4 more Atmosuits. Okay, I need some refined metals. Huh, can't believe I've used up all my iron. Let's queue up a bunch of iron. How are we doing on ceramic? I don't think I have any ceramic. I need to start making a lot of ceramic. Let's just call that forever. And the reason I'm going to want a lot of ceramic is because... And we can actually automate that. I need a lot of ceramic because we are... This is going to be lead conductive wire. Okay. I'll build it out of lead for now. And what are we storing here? Metal ore. Metal ore. What's this? Refined carbon. And that's what? Iron ore. Okay, so I'm going to have this store clay. Actually, I'll dump the ore. I want one with clay and one with coal. Because with those two things, then this auto sweeper can keep the kiln making ceramic nonstop with very little interaction from the dupes. Okay, and we need to deliver suits. So this one now I can deconstruct. And once I have some metals, I'll be able to queue up more Atmosuits. Okay, and then I build that there. That'll connect to the checkpoint, and then we should be in good shape. Let's put a high priority on that. Let me make sure I get our new guy on a schedule. Okay, he's already on his own schedule. That's good. That way we keep the bathrooms. Okay, we can open this both ways, since they can't go anywhere in there. I just want to make sure we only have 4 on each schedule so that we don't overload the bathroom. And let's wrangle up these guys, if any of them need wrangling. I've got 8, 8, and 8. Is there any way to auto-wrangle critters? There's a critter sensor. Let's check in food. Critter trap. That's not exactly what I want. Okay. Alright. And now we quick deliver suit there. Looks like somebody dropped... Oh, looks like a bunch of them dropped him off there. Okay, so I'm going to have to redo all this. Okay, over here that looks good. Okay, so we'll let this go for a while. In the meantime, let's go up top where I've been setting up our second rocket silo. Okay, Nisbet is already loaded up. What am I waiting for here? Oh, I need to... No, I have steam. We're ready to go for another mission here in the command capsule, so I think we just need to set our destination. Okay, so we already checked out that one and that one, so let's check out this oily asteroid. And that is 20,000 kilometers. And I'm not sure. Oh, maybe I think I need 400 kilograms of iron. I should have enough iron. Oh, okay. Yeah, we just have to wait to bring more iron. I've got iron up here on the roof. So let's dig things out up on the roof here. And what I'll do here is I will delete these two bunker tiles and I'll replace that with a steel door. That way we'll still be able to transfer heat from all of this steel over here to this side for our steam generator. Okay, and I actually want to turn that off. And I need to empty the excess steam. Now you'll notice a lot of damage here. That's all on my piping. And the reason was because I decided to leave the steam inside to see how it did, and it was starting to condense. And it was called cold damage. Alright, so I do still need to empty out the tank here. In between missions. Now on the plumbing, I've fixed the plumbing issue that I had up here. So now rather than closing the vent with my automation, right? Because before I was checking to see if we had too much water collecting in here, then it would close the vent. The problem is that was allowing water to sit in this pipe and this pipe where they were heating up, and they would start to vaporize inside the pipe. So instead I hooked those up to a liquid shutoff back here. That'll stop the flow. Whoops. That'll stop the flow getting past this point, so that way this section of pipe can remain empty. And then when we need to add more, it'll just open up the shutoff valve. Okay. And maybe nobody can get up there still. I wonder if they can't get in because of that tile being right there. Let's see what happens now. Let's see what we got. Diver's lungs is good to have. Cooking, farming, and suit wearing. Building, farming, and digging. But he's a loud sleeper. That's a lot of negatives. This guy might be good to have. He's got a variety of skills. And Diver's lungs are always good. Alright, so let's welcome him to the colony. And let's see, how many cooks do we have? One. Just one. Okay, so he can be our backup chef. Alright, so let's give him a cooking priority. And we'll give him cooking and supplying. Okay, now why can't I get these Atmos suits loaded? Let's try that. There we go. Thank you, gentlemen. And let's see if I can make any more Atmos suits now. Yes. Okay, so we'll queue up 4 more. And let's clean up that area. Okay. So, back up top. Okay, now we've got the iron, so we should be good to launch. This guy got himself into trouble. Okay, and I'm going to dig all that, and we'll dig all that. Because the asteroids drop in bits of refined metals. Iron, gold amalgam, copper. So I think it's a good idea to go up and collect those once in a while. That'll give less work for the refineries to do. Okay. We've got a meteor shower coming in, so I think I'll wait a few moments before we launch. So what I'm going to do is we'll use our steam rocket. Oh no, we already researched that one. These are the ones that we want to research. Okay. I'll keep using this rocket to do research until it can't get any farther. And I think the steam plus solid fuel thruster, I think we may max it out already at 20,000 kilometers. Okay, so we won't go any farther than that. In the meantime, I'm building a second rocket, which will be petroleum powered. And this one will have cargo bays that we can use to collect ingredients from the asteroids and things that we've already researched. So for example, this one has fullerene, which will allow us to make supercoolant, which will be very useful. This one has iso resin, which will allow us to make viscogel, which is very useful for making airlocks, for example. Niobium is good for high temperature. Isoresin. You can even get liquids. We could get liquid petroleum. That would be good to have. Right, so all these planets are going to have... Here, this is going to be a good one. We can get steel already made. That'll help reduce our reliance on lime, which we can never seem to find enough of. So there's lots of good reasons to go out there. Oh, actually, you know what? I think this airlock is going to get destroyed. Maybe it won't. We'll see. I think it might get wrecked over time. But it is passing heat through for now, which is great. Okay, so this rocket will use petroleum. We're going to use petroleum and oxalate, right? Because every rocket needs an oxidizer. Well, the steam doesn't. The solid fuel thruster does. So anytime you want to burn something, you need an oxidizer. Okay, so the next stage on this petroleum engine is going to be a solid oxidizer tank that we will be able to load with oxalate. And then above that, we're going to have 2 liquid fuel tanks that we will fill with petroleum. And then we'll have 2 cargo bays. Each one can bring back 1,000 kilograms of stuff. And then we'll have our command module. So that's why I put the base of this rocket right here, and that conveniently allows us to avoid this chair. Although, I probably could have built around it anyway. Now, another thing I've learned recently... Oh, okay, that was fast. Right, liquid fuel. Another thing I've learned recently is that, and I'm going to set the fuel storage to 0 for now. When the rockets launch, they create a cone of super high temperatures, 3 tiles wide and 9 tiles long. Now I learned this because in my other save that I've been playing privately, I have some steel bunker, and then I built some stuff underneath it, thinking that it would be protected with these bunker tiles, and it was... Like I had some stuff built out of igneous rock, and it was not only melting it to magma, but it was flashing the magma into rock gas. So I was basically I was getting rock, like super high temperature rock vapor inside my base, and it was just destroying everything. So, so make sure you leave yourself at least 9 tiles deep, 3 tiles wide. That's where all the heat is going to be. You'll also get a little bit of heat like in the first 1 or 2 tiles wider than 3, but that's essentially where the cone is. All right, so here I decided to put mesh tiles because in a vacuum, the mesh tiles will not transfer heat to or from anything. You know, and that's why we're using mesh tiles and airflow tiles up here, because they don't transfer heat by themselves unless they're in a medium. And of course, in a vacuum, they're not in a medium. Okay, let's get this thing launched. This is to open the doors, right? Yeah. I wish I could label these switches. Sometimes I forget which is which. And I put a little steel tile there to catch regolith falling. And it seems to just disappear. And then everything else around the base of the rocket will just get destroyed when the rocket launches. Okay, so let's go check out this oily asteroid. See, it just destroys all the regolith that was sitting there. And then we'll close the door back up. And we're good to go. So this prevents regolith from falling down here and preventing my dupes from being able to pass through. Okay, now we need a second fuel tank. The reason we need 2 fuel tanks is because to go out 30,000 kilometers, for example, We need 1,706 kilograms of petroleum, and these liquid fuel tanks only hold 900 kilograms each. Now the solid oxidizer tank can hold a lot. We need the same amount of oxalate, but the solid oxidizer tank and the liquid oxidizer tanks as well can hold a lot more. The liquid oxidizer tanks are for when we have liquid oxygen. What the heck is he doing up here? Yeah, I should have pulled his access. I forgot to do that. I don't want him anywhere near an Atmo suit until he gets to training. Otherwise, he's going to be too slow. And I don't want him using Atmo suits that somebody more capable can be using. At least he's picking up some stuff. Okay. So we got my 2 tanks, and now we add 2 cargo bays. And then with the cargo bays, we'll also add some conveyor rail that will bring the stuff down. I'm not quite sure where to send it yet. I'll probably just drop it off here someplace to be picked up. And the other thing I'm going to need is another scanner for this rocket. And I was thinking of putting it down here. It'll be out of the way of the heat. And it'll be right underneath the silo, which makes it easy to figure out which scanner is for which rocket. So, or do I want to put it here so I have a common floor going across? That might be too close to machinery. A rocket probably classifies as machinery. I need 14 tiles. 1, 2... Well, here, let's look. I could put it right here. No, I think I will put it down there. Okay, so that'll be for this rocket. Okay, now I need to get power over there and automation. Now I've already powered the doors, but they're going to have to be on their own automation line, like this one. So let's start running automation wire. Yeah, I'm going to have to wait till I have more steel. So we'll need one for the doors. Okay, there's some more steel. I'll try to put these things in roughly the same place. Okay, so that's for opening the doors. And that is also going to need a signal from here. Oops, am I making that out of lead? It always seems to want to default to stuff that I don't want to use. Okay. And then we'll need to connect our gantries as well. And that's all the steel I've got for the moment. And then I'm going to need to get power down here. Okay, so I've already got 3 circuits here. This one is powering the gantries, the doors, all the pumps. This one... This one still has a fairly low potential load. That's just powering my drills and the telescope. And the other 2 scanners. So maybe I could tap into that line. And then this one... Oh, no, that's the one. What is this one powering? This one's powering the drills. Oh, okay. And this one is only powering that scanner and my access point. So I think that would be a good one to tap into. All right, and I'm going to build this wire out of iron, as long as I have some. Well, at least until I get close to the rocket. We'll dig out some room underneath there. All right. And then I'm just going to need more steel. Let's see how we're doing on steel production. Okay. You know, I'm just going to say iron to steel forever. Because I can't see myself ever running out of steel. At least not anytime soon. And I think it would be nice to be able to build items when you don't have the ingredients yet. Okay. Yeah, see, this is going to get destroyed. I'm going to disable the repair on that. Yeah, I'll just close it up again. All right. Command capsule. There we go. And then once that gets built, we'll be able to see the name of the rocket and assign it to my scanner. Okay. So that one is actually called Spaceship. Love it. Okay, and I'm going to need some ladder here. There. And then I can get rid of this section of ladder, which is in our destruction zone anyway. Okay, well, we can start running the plumbing for the petroleum supply. All right, so that is, for that we're going to use insulated pipe. And I want to make that out of ceramic. Is it just me, or don't I have any ceramic yet? We're still waiting for clay and coal. All right, need to update the priorities. There we go. Nothing gets done at priority 5 anymore. Which is probably my fault. Okay. Yeah, I want to use ceramic for those pipes. To protect them from the heat, obviously. Okay. And then obviously the next thing that we need to do is we need to get petroleum piped up here. So let's look at our plumbing. What is this for? That's petroleum. Okay, very good. Looks like I already started that project. Okay, so where do we go from here? Or maybe this is what I was using to fill my cooling loop. We could come over this way and go up through there. Yes, okay, so let's do that. Do I want to go up right here? I mean, I don't want to break into the water, that's for sure. Actually, let's check something. Yeah, I can go up through those tiles. And I will put a liquid reservoir right here. Is that reachable? I think it is. Yeah, great. That should work out fine. What did I make this out of? Iron. Okay, good. I'm surprised it's not lead. It probably could be lead. I don't think the petroleum's not going to be very hot. And we'll see how this... We'll see if being away from this cone actually prevents this thing from melting. Oh. Almost finished. Hopefully finishing that pipe will result in the petroleum coming over here. All right. Still no ceramic. Okay, well anyway, I'm going to keep using igneous rock until we get close to the hot zone. Now how do I get it over to the other side? This could be a problem. All right, it's starting to flow up already. Actually, I think what I should have done is come over this way and go up here. Because now my pipe is going to need to cross through where all the rocket heat is. Okay, so Nicola, while you're standing right there, please destroy that pipe. Let's do that before it starts filling up that tank. So I want to move it. There we go. Great. Okay, so let's delete this. And we'll deconstruct that. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. That's 8. All right, so let's say under here is where we need to dig across. Okay. So we'll bring the pipe over here, and we'll bring it up there. It doesn't have to be obsidian, does it? Okay, and then right here, I'll put in a metal tile to keep the voles from digging through. Now, should I put the storage tank down here? That seems like a good idea. Or I could put it right there. Yeah, I'll put it right here. All right. So let's build our reservoir. And we'll make it out of gold amalgam. That's fairly cheap. Okay, and that'll be our petroleum supply for the rockets. And yeah, from there on up, I think I'll use ceramic to produce those. Alright, so let's just wait for that to finish building. We'll make sure that our petroleum starts flowing through, and then we'll call it an episode. Looks like the Uranus 1 will be back in a few minutes. we're doing good here. I cut off the supply of hydrogen to my cooling chamber because I've got well over 2,000 grams now. I've also got a full hydrogen tank and a full oxygen tank. Now what I would like to do is I want to continue storing hydrogen and oxygen, because the next step in the evolution of our rocketry program is liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen fueling. To get to the farthest destinations, we're going to need to use hydrogen rockets, which I haven't researched yet. Now what is this? Why is this ladder damaged? Right, see now when this rocket comes in, we get hot steam, because it's a steam rocket, right? We even get some water down here. Makes sense, right? Let's prioritize that because we're letting all of our gases out. When this rocket takes off and lands, we're going to get carbon dioxide because we're burning petroleum. And the hydrogen rocket, when it takes off and lands, will give us hot steam as well because it's burning hydrogen and oxygen together, which of course results in water. Yeah, is that heat damage from this rocket? Because I thought that with obsidian, I thought that we would be safe from that type of damage. Even my signal switch got damaged. Maybe I should replace this with mesh tile so that the steam can pass through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That way the steam can go through rather than deflecting off to the sides, maybe. We'll see. And if that's the case, let's replace all that with mesh tile, because iron mesh tile is cheaper than steel bunker tile, since steel is something that I'm always wishing I had more of. Oh, okay. Let's let our guy get out here to take a break. Let's check our skills here. Okay, so our two new guys have more skill points, so I'll start doing carrying so we can get up to exosuit training. This guy, let's put him into grilling. And everybody else I'm going to leave the same. And then once they're trained to wear exosuits, then I'll give them those visors, and that way I can visually see who should wear an exosuit and who shouldn't. Okay, and we got a new one available. Let's see if there's anybody with good traits. Decorating and tidying. Irritable bowel is not a big problem necessarily. This one would be nice if it wasn't a mouth breather. Building, supplying, and tidying. Those are all useful skills. Let's bring in Ellie. Okay, so Ellie, you are going to do... We'll put you on digging. tidying, building, supplying, I don't have anybody who prioritizes operating. Who's got good operating skills? Machinery 9, 6, 11. What does Bert do? Bert's our farmer. I'm not doing any farming. All right. Let's have Bert prioritize operating. Trivaldo. He's our rancher. Yeah, I don't want him doing anything else really. Dolly is an operator. So let's put Dolly and Bert with operating priorities. Okay, and let's prevent Ellie from using exosuits. And where do we stand on those extra exosuits? Okay, they should have been made already. But I'm still showing one as waiting to be delivered. Maybe I didn't make enough. Let's make another one. Well, let's make 2 more. If we have an extra one laying around, that won't be the end of the world. Actually, I think maybe that extra one got put into... Yeah, we're going to need an extra one for that rocket. Ah, okay, good. Our petroleum is now flowing. Have we got any ceramic yet? Yes, we have. Good. So let's start running our ceramic pipe. There we go. Now you can see why I want to make this forever. One section of ceramic pipe takes 400 ceramic. So with what I have now, I can make 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. And now we need to wait for more. So that's why I want to make ceramic piping forever. It's going to take a while. Okay. Let's launch our next mission. Again, we're going 20,000 to this oily asteroid. What does this one have? Niobium and abyssalite. Okay. So we want to go to this one now. Have we got our fuel? Yes. Ah, okay. We just need to load up the steam. And I think I'd like to get these, let's get these repairs done. I want to get them cleaned up so I can see if the rocket itself is causing this damage. This insulated gas pipe is mafic rock, so it might not be enough to withstand the heat. Of course, I'm not going to need it. I think this is going to be the last mission we can do with this rocket anyway, so this might be the end of the steam rocket era. But we clean up all the damage, and that way if the damage reappears again, we'll know what's causing it. Some of this damage I think may have been from a meteor strike while I was building the roof over here. Okay, so let's just wait for that to get full. And what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and open my vent now. All right, so once this is full, then the steam will start going out the vent, and then I'll know to shut it off up here. So, you know, this is almost at max capacity. Now, I wonder if we can add multiple fuel thrusters. Let me look at this on the calculator real quick. If I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so if I go with 5 research modules and 2 solid boosters. No. I can still only make it to 26,000 kilometers. What if I have 3 rocket boosters? Nope. Or 3 rocket boosters and 4 research modules. Ah. Okay. So with 3 solid rocket boosters and 4 research modules, we can make it to 30,000 kilometers with a steam engine. But then we're using, I don't know. I think it's not worth it. We're almost set up for petroleum. So let's call this, we'll call this the last, this is going to be the last steam launch. And then we'll retrofit our research vessel for petroleum. All right. How much pipe have I got there? 50, so that's about 5. No, it's about 50 kilograms in the pipe, 50, 60 kilograms. So once we get up to about 800 or so loaded, then I'll turn off the pumps. And then we'll eventually start disassembling. And as I was starting to say before, I want to add some more tanks over here so that I can store up as much hydrogen and oxygen as possible. Because when we get to the hydrogen rockets, we're going to need liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen. Now, when you're using oxidizers or electrolyzers, liquid oxygen is no problem. You can make a lot of it, but you get very little hydrogen in relation to oxygen. So if I can store up as much hydrogen as possible now, that'll give us a little bit of a boost when we get started. Okay, I think I can turn that off now. Yeah, that should get us to 886 and then we'll start to vent out all the rest. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Let's open the doors. And we'll celebrate our final steam engine launch. Yeah, see how we've got steam condensing on everything over here? You know what I should do I should probably build bunker tiles all the way down here to protect the rockets from one another. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to start to delete the steam infrastructure. We won't need that any longer. And we're starting to gather some steel, so we can start to build some bunker tiles. Let's do that. There, and there goes all of our steel. Yeah, that way the rockets won't heat each other up. Okay, now here's a question. How am I going to... Yeah, I can't do this all at once. I'm just going to have to do this 3 tiles at a time because... because I need the ladder to get up there. Right, so I'll do 3 tiles. When they get built, I'll do 3 more, and I'll just gradually work my way down, little by little. Alright, let's see how our new guys are doing. Oh, I didn't give Ellie anything to do. Let's start with improved carrying. Okay. Well, we're making progress. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. I will see you all next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.